Hello and welcome to episode 5, I think, of the Castles, Cantrips and Conniptions podcast.
It's been a lot of them.
Yeah, so far I'm already losing count and we have only started, my name's Evan.
My name's Edward.
And in this podcast we discuss all matters of fantasy, as you like to put it always, which is like movies, TV shows, video games, but also Dungeons and Dragons, which we both love to play.
And we have spent the majority of episodes talking about.
Yeah, even if it's just part of each episode, there's always some D&D going on, which is immediately my first topic.
Huzzah! How surprising.
Yeah, I also bought Van Richten's Guide.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Awesome,
I have it with
bro.
me right
Awesome.
Now. Yeah, you showed
Sick
it to
book,
me,
right?
and I was like, okay, this is some good information to start horror campaigns and adventures.
Yeah, because it's really unique. The information's never been done before.
No, and I especially like the different kinds of horror, the short description. Like in what does each type of horror, why does it exist, why should you want to use in an adventure. Let's see if I can read a little bit from one that I like.
You're talking about the like folk horror, cosmic horror, all those
exactly.
descriptions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so I just thought it would look good in my bookcase as well, amongst all the other
Of course.
supplements.
Bookcase, I have a book pile.
Yeah, I have both. Let's see. It's a bit difficult with one hand. Here we go. So like Gothic horror. Gothic horror is about the terror within, not without. It shatters the illusion of humanity in a poignant way by holding a mirror up to us and saying, look at what we truly are, and look at what we pretend to be. So I like that type of philosophical explanation for each type of story, because even ghost stories have a more psychologically elaborate genre of horror.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I think they briefly touch on that as well with the ghost stories, that it's mostly about like these, well, it's quite reflective to people. And I knew you'd like Gothic horror because you're such a big like Dark Souls and Bloodborne fan.
Yeah.
So I was like, yep, that's probably gonna be his favorite. For me, it's been a fair match between folk horror and cosmic horror. I can get really freaked out and paranoid from like Cthulhu stuff, like the old ones and things like that, because, well, it can be real. Like there's no way to prove it's not, and there's no way to prove it is. But then again, you know.
Yeah, it's like gods.
The
the
existentialism of it all.
Yeah. Just
and
the unknown.
Folk horror, just every time when I like cycle, I'm just looking at the bushes like there's gonna be a Wendigo or some folk beast that's gonna chomp my ass. I'm just scared. I'm just a scaredy little boy.
Yeah.
I just don't want to die.
But it also amazes me how many different types of horror there are and what they touch upon.
Yeah, and how properly they've been.
Like most horror
like
usually
documented.
just gets placed under the same name of horror. But no, there's so many different types where it plays into different emotions and states of mind of people.
Yeah, or draws from different sources in the case of like cosmic horror and folk horror.
Yeah.
No, so I'm glad you like it. I knew you would, because you've been interested in horror and D&D for a very long time. I was like, this is the perfect book.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I wasn't sure
highly
at
recommend.
first. Like I thought it was just like a supplement for the adventure,
Curse of
Strahd, which I also have, funnily enough. But I didn't know it was going to be this versatile to be used with others. The campaigns were already running.
Yeah, it's like a 60-40%. It's like 60% just general information and 40% like supplement stuff for Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
Characters and how to create Dark Lords, which is like how to expand on the Curse of Strahd campaign.
Yeah.
Because I think you only play it to like level... I haven't played it before, so I should know this, but I think you only play it to like level 16 from the top of my head, so...
Okay.
You could keep playing to level 20 and then just defeat an even more powerful Eldritch Beast.
Yeah, I think you can. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't scrolled through the entire book of Curse of Strahd. I'm not sure how it evolves in time because players get more powerful, of course.
It's in my opinion, from what I've heard and what I've read and what I've actually played and ran, it's one of, if not the best pre-written out there of D&D.
Okay, interesting.
The top 3. I've been seeing a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people say that it's their top 3. It's Curse of Strahd number 1, then Waterdeep Dragon Heist number 2, and a lot of people really, really like Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden, the relatively new one, and the newest one, Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos.
Yeah.
It's this 50-50 divide. Some people say it's the worst adventure ever made.
Okay.
Other people absolutely love it to death. I am more on the second team because, God, that book is amazing, but that's a rant for a different episode.
Yeah, I think also a lot of people who like the Harry Potter stuff, which is mainly younger people, I guess. Like around 20, so your age.
Yeah, I suppose. And it's not so much like
and then more
classic D&D. It's quite
inventive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the older generation of D&D players, I think, like the more classic stuff.
You go into combat, you go out of combat, you go into combat.
And not even necessarily, just style, like fantasy style.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. I mean, it's different, and that always gets met with resistance. But I think, like, finally finally a system or like an adventure or a book that focuses almost entirely on roleplay. I love that.
Yeah.
I know so many players or DMs who just have trouble with role-playing. I mean, you yourself sometimes have trouble with it. I have trouble with it as well. And to have a book that just literally tells you at certain parts of the book to role-play this out. I think that's what a lot of people need, just that final nudge to really get role-playing. And from there, it's just easy.
Yeah, it's definitely a new gateway for people who want to play D&D, but are a bit scared of the fantasy element or the complicated elements.
Perhaps the complicated
casual,
rules.
As in, but are a fan of magic stuff. So that's definitely a way for them to be introduced to D&D, which is always a plus. Get more people to play.
Yes, more people, more money, more books, more content for this guy.
True. So another exclusive, I'm not sure if you've heard yet, but the date of the Monsters of the Multiverse book is out when it's released.
When?
17th of May.
Yes, I am. Can you pre-order it already?
I'm not sure. The official website has put it on its page now. Its official product page of Wizards of the Coast. But I haven't really looked around where I can pre-order it yet. It's going to be $49.99.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's
that just average.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more than average. It's more in line, I think, with the bigger books, but that's obviously the case.
Yeah, I mean,
if you look at the content
races,
it will have to offer. 250 monsters, 30 races, unbelievable.
That's insane.
And
also new ones. They promised that it wouldn't be just Player's Handbook revamp ones. It would actually be new races.
Yeah. And we've talked about it already, indeed. Like with the new types of stat blocks, better DMing magic NPCs. So
thank you, Wizards of the Coast,
that's
for
great.
helping my ass.
To it. So I'll definitely pick up the book once it's available in a couple months.
I will do.
But
we should review it on the channel.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
like, I'm not sure. Like, we can either do it like in podcast form or just make, I don't know, a video or something. We'll see. But we should
I
definitely
think what we can
review.
do maybe is top-down camera, just our hands, just scrolling to the book.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's allowed really, to show
I
that type of stuff.
It is. I mean,
We should look into that.
yes, we should. But yeah, but that's the thing for the future that I actually quite want to do. If you have any ideas on that, just tell us in the comments about what you'd like to see from us.
Yeah.
If you
Let
like
us
to
know.
like to see some videos or something, or like product reviews like this, or maybe some opinion pieces on certain things like books or systems, we can always give it a try.
Yeah. Because there's nothing wrong with trying new stuff.
Nope.
And we'd love to try new stuff that we haven't heard about at all, so...
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
I'm not playing a new system, Edward.
Not like that, not like that. No, just maybe smaller,
Yeah.
more simple types of systems. Like
Yes.
that gets more into the roleplay element rather than the combat element. Because there are a lot
You
of
know-
systems out there that are quite simple to use and quick to use, that resolve matters a bit more easier, but it
So you-
also
It's like
takes away
City
some.
of Mist, or something like that, or
Sorry?
Call of Cthulhu maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Also,
I
just
haven't played them, but I've heard a lot about them,
Yeah.
and I watched some games that people
there's
play
even
them,
more
so.
simpler systems out there, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. ABC's D&D, easy.
Yeah.
So I think you had some questions prepared.
Yeah, so I wanted to
That
get
we
into something
meant to
else
use.
as well, but we can hold off on that. I think you quite like it. I discovered it on Reddit yesterday.
Oh god.
It's quite something, but we'll get into that in just a minute. So yeah, I did have a couple questions, some fun rhetorical discussions we can try.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe you've heard about this. Maybe the listeners have heard about this as well. George R.R. Martin, so you know the writer of Game of Thrones, the books, not the show.
Yep.
Has said, I'm not sure, was it a tweet maybe, where he said that Jaime Lannister, you know which who he is, I think I'm sure.
Yeah, I watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, if he was in a duel with Aragorn,
Aragorn
Jaime-
would win. Okay,
okay,
go ahead.
you
sorry.
already gave the answer, but but George R.R. Martin said that Jaime Lannister would win.
Of course he'd say that Jaime would win. He's the writer of Jaime.
Yeah, but still, I think he might mean it, because he obviously knows Lord of the Rings and Aragorn and has read the books, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
So, but why or why not? So you say that Aragorn would win. Why?
Yes, because he is the last Dunedain, and he's the king of Goldenor, and he is the husband.
Yeah, but
to
we're talking about skill
elf.
here. We're not
Yeah,
just talking about
okay,
stature.
fair
Just
I mean,
pure
the
skill.
dude defeated how many? Was it like 6 ring wraiths or something at Weathertop?
he didn't defeat them. He chased them away with a torch and his sword.
Bro, they are zombie, like not zombie. They're ghost people from this. They're big evil, big bad, big strong Dark Souls bosses, and he beat them all with a stick that was on fire.
But didn't they run away eventually?
They ran away because he was kicking their ass.
Yeah, but he ran away as well. Didn't?
Yeah,
I can't-
because they were probably gonna come in on the dragons. Not sure what the actual name for those things are. I did know them, but I forgot. So
yeah, I can't quite.
I think
wouldn't,
Aragorn would win because
Okay.
plot armor and he yes. There would be one weakness though. I think Aragorn has. If
Right.
Jaime throws his helmet on the ground, and then Aragorn would discover that Merry and Pippin had been captured by Jaime, and then he would kick the helmet, and then I'm gonna shut up now.
That's really far-fetched. It took me a while to figure out where you were going with that one.
Have you seen Film Theory?
Okay. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. But I'm not sure. Like,
did you know Viggo Mortensen broke his toe when he kicked that helmet?
Yeah. But Aragorn, obviously, is much older than Jaime. So he could have had a lot more experience and more training.
Dude grew up with elves. Those things are like the masters at war and battle and stuff.
Yeah, but then again, Jaime also has a lot of combat experience. Like he took the throne from the Mad King. At least he was in that assault. So like he does know his stuff.
I mean,
and even
it would depend if it's like a 1v1 or like a battle, you know, like a full-scale field battle.
No, I think a 1v1 duel.
I think a 1v1 duel Aragorn would win, but it's like a field battle with like each of them commanding like an army. I think Jaime would win. So I think strategically Jaime is probably better than Aragorn, but Aragorn is like undefeatable pretty much.
Yeah, maybe like stronger, maybe more technical.
I think the experience definitely helps. So like having trained with and the Dunedain and Gondor and the elves, especially like Elrond. He's not just some elf. He's the oldest dude out there.
Yeah.
He was there.
True. You're right.
He was there, Evan. He was there.
But also Jaime Lannister learned to fight with a sword with just one hand, one arm.
Yeah, but
and he's quite how to put it, dedicated to learning. So
yeah, that's true.
He does have the mindset.
It would definitely be close, though. It would be close. I'm not saying. I think Aragorn would definitely be wounded. Oh, it would be. But I think it just lasts for hours until they both just lay in the dirt, like panting,
exhausted.
Yeah. So I think Aragorn would win, but it would be a very tough fight for him.
Yeah. Okay.
And if it was a field battle, then Jaime would win.
Okay.
Because Aragorn,
no, I can see that.
In the original trilogy, Aragorn does not have any experience leading armies, I believe. No, he doesn't. Yeah, well, I mean, he does kind of at Helm's Deep, but...
Yeah, but it's more like a YOLO.
Yeah, it was just a contingent of archers. After the books, though, he does go on this massive crusade and he purges all the orcs and drives out the Easterlings from Rhûn. So that is some field experience, but let's just keep it to like the movies or like the books Aragorn. I think then he would win like in a 1v1.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, so, that's I can see that's definitely something that would happen.
As long as Jaime isn't wearing his helmet, of course.
Yeah, and his full armor, because Aragorn doesn't really use armor throughout the show at all, except for probably his bracers. I mean,
if we're like that, then we can say, okay, but Aragorn, since he's a ranger, he'll get the drop on him. You know, it's not a fair comparison if one of them has armor and the other one doesn't. You can say like, Aragorn has a bow and he can just shoot Jaime in the face from afar.
No, but just without armor, just 1v1.
Just bare naked, you know, just in dirt, in mud, just fisticuffs.
Alright.
Yeah.
You can have that fantasy for yourself.
I mean, I'd pay to... Next
Wouldn't
question,
we all?
please.
Wouldn't we all? Next question.
Wouldn't we all? Next question, thank you.
Out of all the fantasy worlds we know, so Lord of the Rings, etc., who would form a group like Avengers? Like which people from each fantasy world and story would fit a style like a group style like Avengers?
Characters or
like characters? Yeah.
Okay.
So who would like fit in that type of group of misfits that save the entire world? In this case, save the entire fantastical multiverse.
Aren't the Fellowship just literally just the Avengers?
The OG Avengers.
Yes, I mean they're all just a band of misfits.
Yeah, but I'm specifically talking about all the adventure worlds. Which characters would come together?
Jon Snow and Aragorn would like each other, I think.
Okay.
I think they could vibe with each other. It's like, oh, we're both average male character, but turns out to be important character, and now I am also king. Huzzah!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're talking about the strongest fighters.
Yeah, I mean, I think I am.
Because we also have, like in the
Dumbledore and Gandalf.
Dumbledore and Gandalf, they would be more like leaders, I think, like Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Just
like administrative, big brains.
Yeah.
Like Saruman
Super smart.
and Voldemort work together.
Would villains
be evil.
work together?
I mean, Saruman practically works for Sauron. He was planning to betray him, but like during the movies, he never got the chance to. So.
No, but they didn't really work together. It was more like Saruman did Sauron's bidding because he knew that resisting would be futile.
Haha, psych.
Get dunked on, or get dunked off a building.
Dude. Yeah, get dunked off a building by Legolas.
Yeah.
Just impaled on a fucking spike in your muddy palace that got killed by 3 people.
Yeah, and water.
And get stabbed by your only friend.
Yeah. Just getting your entire work just decimated by a flooding dam.
Yeah. I mean, it was stupid. Why did they put the dam there, we'll just build here. Nothing's ever gonna happen with the dam, right?
Yeah. Just be immediately in the flooding zone. Just not redirecting it or
not even like in the flooding zone, like directly in the path of the river.
Yeah.
Just we'll build this grand structure, and we'll have all the world's mages come here and
we'll
be
dig
important.
holes because water doesn't flow down, so we're going to dig a lot of holes.
Yes, exactly, and we're going to use a bunch of fire to fuel the war machines.
Yes, because fire definitely doesn't go out by water.
Fire beats water. If you've ever played rock and scissors, you'd know that fire beats water.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the
Great job.
Chemicals, Science and Elementals podcast. Today we're discussing that fire beats water.
Fire beats water any time of the day. Because it turns it into steam, right? And then it's gone.
Yeah, of course. Like, bruh, it's stupid. Like, you could put a rock through paper. It's easy.
Easy. You can cut a rock with scissors if you squeeze hard enough.
If you have like these like the metal chompers,
yeah,
you could probably cut through some rock.
Yeah.
Or is it break it? You're not gonna cut through it, but you're gonna break it.
Gonna chip something off and then that's it.
Yeah.
But it works. Absolutely. So
this was the end of the Chemicals and Science and Other Stuff podcast.
Yeah,
now we shall return to our normal program. Wait, the shit, that's McDonald's.
No, that's copyrighted.
We're getting no,
right
the
now.
MCA, no.
Okay.
I think we're allowed to do that though, but it should be fine. Next question.
Other fast food brands are available.
What?
That's just what they say. When you mention like a brand, you also have to say, but other brands are also available. Just to show it's not sponsored.
Yes, not sponsored because I did an accidental theme song. But yeah. Next question, damn it.
Next question. So we have the Adventures. We have Avengers, but we also have the Suicide Squad, which like criminal villains in fantasy realms would like team up as like a Suicide Squad.
Wouldn't the Night Watch be kind of a Suicide Squad?
A little bit, I guess.
I mean, they're all just a bunch of criminals, right? Like nobody wants them.
Definitely,
so just
that moment when Jon Snow and his gang teams up with the people from the north.
The Northmen.
The Northmen. That's definitely like a Suicide Squad type of situation they had going on there.
Bunch of anti-heroes, sorta.
Yeah. But what about...
for Lord of the Rings, I can't really think of anything.
Let's see. like maybe a minor villain that got locked up or something. I'm not sure actually. Because all the lower
difficult.
types of villains, they're just
they die.
pussies.
Yeah,
just
they either
idiots,
run away or
just
they
fools.
die.
Yeah,
Fly, you fool.
they don't really have a superpower or anything.
No, they're just there to be killed.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh
I'm
no,
not
you
sure
killed
actually.
orc number 469.
Yeah, those orcs definitely also had a suicide situation going on, especially the one that carried the torch into Helm's Deep.
Yeah, but he was like, for the motherland,
Yeah.
charge.
He got it-
He
he
knew
got
what
his
he
whole-
knew what he was doing.
He knew, and he took that moment like a champ.
I spent my entire life of 2 days marching here, and now I'm gonna blow myself up and take
Yeah.
a bunch of elves with me for Saruman.
Yeah. It was justified. He got his own slow motion running scene.
Yeah, it was all okay. Didn't get a salary, didn't get food. He got his own slow-mo death scene.
Yeah. And the
To be honest,
eternal gratitude of
I
all
would
the
accept.
orcs. Would you?
Yeah. If someone offered me like a slow-mo version of me dying, I would probably
And
blow
everyone would
myself
know
up
your
on a
name.
castle wall, and then all the elves would die, and then we'd still fail the siege, or my sacrifice would have been for nothing.
Yeah, we failed the siege because of a couple of horses that ran out the gate.
Eomer show up and like, hey bruh, I was like, oh no, it's
Yeah.
the horseman and the light man. Ah.
Yeah. By the way, you're like a military expert, right?
Jesus Christ, no. I'm more of like a military history enthusiast. I wouldn't
Right.
consider myself an expert until I have my PhD. So working on that, but
But anyway,
we'll get
maybe
there
you
when
can
we get
answer
there.
it. Helm's Deep was like placed in like a valley type of.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I was just about to say that's not
No.
really a great
Never
idea.
place anything you want to defend at the top of a mountain or a hill. In the first example, what would happen is on a hill, for example, the enemy would just get on top of the hill and then fire down into the city. Because any decent medieval general knew how
Yeah.
to make a trebuchet, or knew someone who could make a trebuchet,
Right.
or a mangonel. So don't do that. And don't put it up against a mountain either, because what they're gonna do, they're just gonna fire stuff at the mountain, and it's just gonna collapse onto your defensive fortifications.
And there's no way.
That's also a problem I have a lot of Skyrim. I wouldn't even call them cities. They're more, historically speaking, they're more just big castles. Windhelm, for example, or a Solitude.
Right.
If you just fire enough trebuchet shots on Solitude, on the arch,
Yeah, that's
the entire thing comes down.
A bit. If you just collapse that pillar, that the
Yeah, the arch. If you
castle,
just shoot the arch,
like
then
the
it should-
place of rule where all the royalty and generals are.
Yeah, and then
collapse
send
the
up
whole
like
thing.
ladders and climbers to scale the separated Blue Palace from the rest of the city, capture the leader, send a message across, and ask the garrison to surrender.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Also.
But yeah, don't do that. That's stupid decision. I mean, I get it. It's cool for like a story reason, and
Aesthetically, it's also
it
a bit
is
cool.
it is okay when you're fighting against just an infantry-based army and you know they're not gonna have any artillery.
Yeah.
I suppose then it should be fine, but yeah, just in general, don't do that.
Right. Yeah, because that's also the problem they had in Lord of the Rings with Helm's Deep. They didn't have anywhere else to go. They
Yeah, they
literally
did. They had
pushed-
tunnels.
Yeah, but how big were those tunnels?
I think they led into like caves, and the caves led into like escape routes through the mountains. I think that was in the extended part of the movie. The orcs actually, they actually get into the mountain, and then they start chopping on some women, and then Eomer's like nah, and then kills a couple orcs.
Right.
So they do get pretty far into the castle, or sorry, into the caves.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I think there wasn't somewhat of an escape route, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there probably was, but it would be quite narrow.
then again, it
help.
was like an all or nothing situation, and if they would have helped
Yeah.
them at Edoras, they wouldn't have stood a chance.
No,
I mean,
no, definitely not.
honestly, you get the capital of your kingdom, and you don't even bother to give it stone walls. You just give it wooden palisades.
Yeah, it's even the capital. You're right. And there
Yeah,
were
it's
plenty
like
of villages
there's so many cities in Rohan,
Yeah,
and then it's Edoras, and it's like it's 3 houses, a stable, the golden hall, and a wall,
yeah,
and Theoden's
Lord
dead
Hall.
son.
yeah. By the way, I
This
didn't
is
see
the hole in
any
the ground.
farms around. Like it was
No, where
just
there's a scene where they where one of the farms gets attacked by the Uruk-hai.
Yeah, but that was quite far away, right?
It was near Westfold.
Okay, I'm not sure where
Where
to
was
place
Gondor
it.
when Westfold fell? I
Okay.
don't think my mic picked that up, but I said where was Gondor when Westfold fell, and if it did, you just heard it
It
twice. Haha.
Yeah, I did hear it the first time. Yeah. So we ready for one more question?
Of course.
You have seen all Harry Potter movies, right?
Yes.
And you're a fan or semi-fan?
Semi-fan. I enjoy them casually. I'm not like this hardcore buys a cape. I do have a wand, but that's really the exception.
Okay. Well,
But I do really enjoy it.
the question
movies,
is,
not the
or
books.
it's more
the-
of
the-
a
they're
discussion.
alright.
If the One Ring wound up in the wizarding world of Harry Potter,
Oh god, yes.
who would have it most influence over? So you know how the ring influences people that
Yeah.
it
Oh, I
wears.
think it would be the Sam and Frodo type deal where it would Harry had to like use it to defeat defeat Voldemort or something, and then
Yeah.
Ron wants to carry it for him because Ron's a big stupid dummy and Ron's too stupid and he doesn't get affected by it. So yeah,
Okay.
I think like it would affect Harry the most because he's got like hell yeah childhood trauma, and then Ron would just be just untouched. This
Yeah.
thing is annoying you. Now my 2 brain cells are still busy with Quidditch, so I can't be arsed by this stupid ring.
Yeah, but what does the ring really influence? Like, where does it? What does it exploit?
It corrupts the greediness of the wearer into safeguarding it until
Okay.
it can be reclaimed by its master. I
Yeah.
think that's the lore
So,
accurate description.
Who would the ring then choose? Really, if
It
it
would
wanted to be
choo-
safe.
it chooses people who are most vulnerable to get back to its master. So let's say Voldemort is its master. Wants to get back to Voldemort.
Yeah, let's.
It would probably choose Harry because then Voldemort would probably know where Harry is.
Yeah, they have that
if-
connection
if
and
the
everything.
Death Eaters have, especially they have the connection as well. So yeah, I think it would choose Harry because he's like kind of he is strong, but like he is the most vulnerable out of all of them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And I
But-
think Hermione would go all like full Boromir for a second and try to claim it and give it to Dumbledore.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
I
like,
think Malfoy would also.
Oh,
would like to
Malfoy
get
would
it.
want it. Yeah,
would
but
definitely
like
be
to give it to Voldemort.
interested. But Dumbledore would probably know what the ring is about, just like Gandalf. He would be tempted, but he would
Keep
know
it
that
secret.
it
Keep it
wouldn't.
safe. Did you put the ring into the goblet of fire?
Did you take the
I
ring to Mount
did.
Doom?
Yes. Why didn't they just take Buckbeak to Mount Doom? And
Yeah,
Hagrid's like Gimli, just really tall.
it's really tall.
And okay. Here's a question for you.
okay.
If we had to translate the entire fellowship
Fellowship
into
Harry.
Harry Potter characters, who would it be?
Alright. So we already talked about Frodo and Harry. Ron
Frodo and Harry,
Sam.
yes.
It even has the same syllables. Frodo, Harry, Ron, Sam.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Aragorn, Hermione.
Do I see a
yeah, I
pattern?
see.
Do I see a pattern?
Stoled, maybe.
So you think that Gimli would be Hagrid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. It was just a big bearded fella, so that was kind of the only thing I was going on.
But of course,
ow.
Gimli hated elves at first, and elves hated dwarves. But eventually they turned friends. So who has that kind of animosity going on between them in the Harry Potter universe?
It's a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's difficult. But anyway, Gandalf would be Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Voldemort could be Saruman.
Sirius Black would be Aragorn, I think.
Yeah,
or
that's
like
a good one. That's
Professor
a good one.
Lupin.
That's definitely a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure about.
Saruman would be
Gimli.
the Daddy Malfoy. What's the dad of Malfoy? Forgot his name. Lucius, right?
Lucius, yeah.
Yeah, it was Lucius. Just called him Daddy Malfoy. Christ, shoot me.
I know Gollum.
Yeah,
Gollum would be Dobby.
Gollum would be Dobby, but like the shithole asshole version of Dobby.
Yeah, but Dobby even like has two different personalities. You might argue, like the first two wants to protect Harry and Francis, is all friendly and helpful. But on the other hand, he like hurts himself if he messes up.
Yeah, I suppose it's true. But he would have to want the ring. Dobby doesn't want the ring, but maybe Dobby wants the ring because he thinks he can free himself.
Yeah, that would be the main reason.
Just see, like, okay, so imagine like Sauron. You got the scene, okay? Think about the scene. Sauron forging the One Ring. Have you seen the movie scene?
Yeah, obviously.
Just imagine Dobby, and then just exactly in that place, like, one ring to rule them all, one sock to avenge them.
Yeah. Jeez, that's fan art and a half.
9 socks for the races of man.
And they were just holding socks.
Yeah, just holding socks. And it's like, we're free. Sauron has freed us.
Yeah. But he would keep the best sock for himself.
Yeah, and then it'd get lost in his drawer, and then Gollum would find it, and then he'd steal the sock and do nefarious things with the sock.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
Wash
keep
it.
it safe. You catch fish with it.
Yeah.
Just put it in the holy Ithilien lake. Just scoop some fish from there.
Yeah, and then Bilbo would find it and be like, "Why is this sock so dirty?
This sock has gone stiff.
This is all crusty."
This is all crusty. Would you like a piece?
Jeez.
Instead of riddles in the dark, it would just be.
No, don't finish that sentence.
I won't. The sock. Oh god, this episode is gonna be named the sock episode.
The sock episode. Or crusty socks. Gollum's
the
crusty sock.
Gollum's crusty sock. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, that's one. Look forward to that one.
You heard it here, people. You heard it here.
As the title.
Yes, this is our naming process. We just devolve into conversation and then choose a crusty name like a sock.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, that was quite the conversation.
Beans. It was.
Was there something you wanted to talk about, or do you want to hear what I discovered?
I have something quickly.
Okay.
This podcast is also about reading, believe it or not. So I picked up a new fantasy book recently. I got it from a library, of course, because I'm poor. I'm not, but still.
Did you borrow it with your library card?
Yes, I did.
Is okay.
It is called Dragon Haven by Robin Hobb.
Okay.
And it's just saw it's a part 2 of something, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a fantasy book about dragons, and it's actually quite inventive. George R. R. Martin said, in today's crowded fantasy market, Robin Hobb's books are like diamonds in a sea of zircons. I do not know what zircons are,
Not sure
but that's
either.
fine. So that's positive. I'll read the back. The dragon keepers and the fledgling dragons are forging a passage through the uncharted and treacherous waters of the Rainwild River. Supported by the live ship, Tarman, its captain Leftrin and Elise Finbok, who has escaped her cruel marriage in Bingtown. They are searching for the mystical city of Kelsingra, hoping to find a new safe haven away from the society that has rejected them. When a vial of dragon blood can earn a man enough gold to last a lifetime, there may be some in the party who see the growing dragons as more valuable body parts than whole and alive. But it is the Rainwilds themselves, mysterious, unstable, and even perilous, that may provide the deadliest dangers. One that will push them to the very brink of survival. I think it's like 570 pages. I am on page 104, so I picked it up like 3-4 days ago. I've been real busy, but it's good. It's a good book. That's what I was
It
gonna
does
say.
sound like a D&D adventure, even the names.
Yeah, the party.
Very
And they can make
fantasy.
gold.
But is it like what type of fantasy is it? Is it like high fantasy with more like
Yeah,
low fantasy
I
without
haven't really been able to get that far into the story. What I've read from this point, or up to this point, is it's just average. Like, there's dragons, and there's different types of dragons. They have silver dragons, gold dragons, blah blah blah. But I haven't really seen any magic be used. It could be that I missed it, but I don't exactly remember any magic. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so far
So it's a good book. So again, Robin Hobb, Dragonhaven.
Okay.
And it's the book 2 of the Rainwild Chronicles.
Yeah, so no, it sounds interesting, the book. The story.
It is.
Doesn't sound
it's
too
something new, I
complicated,
think.
but just fun and entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the names, like Bingtown.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
mean,
a
I'm
bit
kind of
weird.
like, come on, bro. But this fantasy name generator, K-pop band name generator.
Bingtown.
That's an inside joke. We should definitely just make an entire episode of the podcast and just go onto random name generator and just mess
laugh
around.
about the names they give you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The chicken wing arm lock and the sleeping death joke and stuff like that.
Yeah. But
Wrestling
the book that you're reading is the first in the series.
Is it the first?
I'm not sure. Is it?
Oh no, I don't think it is. It says book 2 of the Rainwild Chronicles, so I just kind of picked it up randomly because I thought it was interesting. We have a lot of fantasy at the library that I go to, so
Yeah. Anything you can get.
anything I can get, really.
Okay. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I've also
Mhm.
have a few books still lying around here that I need to continue reading. But we can get into that a different time.
The reading episode with Evan and Edward.
Just
Today
ASMR
we read
reading.
you from our favorite books, 50 Shades of Sock.
50 Shades of Gandalf.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Yeah. He only has 2 so far, but it's grey and white.
50 Gandalfs T-posing in Minas Tirith.
Alright.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, do you want to know what I discovered? That we've been
Yes.
hyping all episode?
Yes, tell me now.
So I was scrolling
I'm
through
so-
Reddit and
Yeah.
I found a post that
Mhm.
said that there was a live action Lord of the Rings years before the one we know got released and made.
Is it the Soviet Union one?
Close. It's
okay.
a Finnish one.
Okay, that's weird.
That's
I know of the Soviet Union one where they were like, oh, we do not have fantasy, time to recreate fantasy.
Yeah, so there's also the animated one. But no, this
Yeah.
one is a Finnish live action TV show.
God, I wanna do a react to that. But...
Yeah, hang on, we'll get to it.
Yes.
That got released in 1993.
God, this is getting better as you go on.
And it's like 20 minutes per episode, 25 minutes, and it has a total of nearly 3.5 hours of recreating the Lord of the Rings with pretty high graphics and even some CGI stuff, which was quite new for its time.
Oh shit!
So they say. And it's fully available on YouTube with English subtitles, so someone made a painstaking effort of going through everything and subtitling everything.
But that man needs to get a medal and a statue.
Yeah, but you should. I'll send you the trailer at some point. It's like it looks ridiculous, and it sounds so depressing. Like,
of course, it's
everything
Finnish.
is way too dark. Everything's way too
Christ.
dark. It just the Gollum is the most cursed thing you will see this year. It's basically just a man painted grey.
What the fuck? God.
It's hilarious. Okay. So what I've been thinking, maybe.
Sorry, I'm fucking dying. Just a man painted. It's just a guy. He doesn't do anything. It's just a guy talking weird. He's painted grey.
Yeah. A Frodo looks like an adult man, just with a completely straight jawline and
Giga Chat
Frodo. Yeah.
Yes. God, Finnish people are amazing.
Yeah, and Gandalf clearly wears a wig and a fake moustache.
Okay, a mustache.
Yeah. And also, it just looks like a 20-year-old guy who has been given this mustache, this white mustache, and wig, white wig.
I still can't get
It
over
looks so
Gollum,
funny.
bro. Guy painted grey.
Yeah. Do you want to send me a picture of him? I'll do that later. But anyway, what I've been thinking is maybe we could do either an extra episode or make it part of the episode where we react to each episode.
I think having a extra episode is better, since it would probably take up too much time for the main episodes.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do that. That would be so funny.
I've already skipped through a few parts with English subtitles. It's needed because we don't speak Finnish at all.
I do.
But it just looks so...
I can swear in Finnish.
Perkele.
Perkele soltano. Yeah, let's not do that.
But
I don't
it
think
just looks
YouTube...
so ridiculous.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like so much fun to watch and to see how they took the information from the books and made it into what they interpreted. Yeah.
And had an LSD trip creating.
No, it's even worse. It's like
you know the peanut butter baby, like the classic meme. The baby that's covered in peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just imagining that, but then like a full-grown man covered in grey paint, just eating from a jar of grey paint and sitting in his underwear.
You're not far off.
God, no.
But no, I just think that would be really fun to do, and we just record ourselves reacting to it, and we will say, okay, start this episode now. We put it in the description where you can watch it, and watch alongside us.
We could also put it in the corner, like very small, then you're allowed to use it in your YouTube videos, I think.
Okay. Yeah, and I doubt
if we
TV show from 1993 from Finland.
The Gollum is gonna come to your house and slap you with a baguette.
If you re-upload this, Finnish Lord of the Rings Gollum will come to your house. Yeah.
He'll stare at you from the corner of your room at 3 a.m. if you don't like this now.
Yeah. But what do you think about doing something like that?
Oh yeah, I've been looking. I'm giggly now. Okay, so yeah, I've been looking into different stuff we could do as well for the channel. I mean, it is a podcast, of course. We're not gonna like this is not gonna become some variety channel. I think, at least for me.
No,
But
and if that happens, it will be either a separate channel or separate upload.
Yeah. Yes. So it's not gonna get in the way of the podcast. Like,
No.
that's not what I want it to be. But I would be interested in playing some D&D on here. Just maybe a live stream, maybe a VOD. I think that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just a one shot,
Like
and
with
then
Roll20 or just online.
yeah, with Roll20 we could like stream that or record that in some way, and we could play a one shot. We'd gather some other people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I'd like to do. Record some D&D, make some opinion pieces on certain books, D&D books or stuff like that, or give our thoughts on shows or movies. Just have like a separate episode about that.
Yeah, maybe once the Lord of the Rings show, we can do like a short episode where we discuss episode 1, and then the week after episode 2, stuff like that.
Yeah, and actually, this might sound a bit weird, but I'd actually like to do a vlog of some sort.
A vlog?
Not in like the cringe way, but like in the I want to go to like castles and stuff, and then just take video, like take a bunch of videos there and just put them together.
Yeah.
Not even sure if I'll talk, but I'll just like make a
Well, it
compilation.
could be like short documentaries, like 5 to 10 minutes maybe, where we take footage and then voice over it afterwards, write a script and so and so. And just record.
Yeah, that's a couple things I'd like to do. So and also play some video games, but that's always like secondary.
Yeah, but this probably won't happen immediately, like next week.
No, not next week.
There's too much stuff going on still, but once we get more in a routine of stuff again, we can look into those things.
I'm working through a lot of stuff privately, as in positive, of course, and nothing's wrong. But I'm working through a lot of stuff privately, and when that's all done, I'll definitely have more time on my hands to get some side projects going. And if my internet works, then that's always nice.
Yeah, let's fingers crossed that your internet will
Fingers crossed, yeah. But I think, by the way, uploading something else to the channel would not necessarily be bad. I'll just put it in a separate playlist, and then if you're interested in D&D, watch the D&D. Interested in the gaming or the shorter videos, playlist for that. If you listen to the podcast, stay here as well.
Yeah, so it won't get in the way of the podcast.
No.
So that will just
what
keep
I wanted to do.
uploading every Friday at 8 p.m. Central European Time.
Yes.
Or GMT +1, which is also used quite frequently.
No, it's CET, and it's clearer that way.
Are you sure? Because
it is CET, it's Central European Time.
it is, but you really hardly see it on
because most
live stream,
Americans, because there's mostly Americans, and they use different names for that, like the North. I don't know, like American names.
World time zones. They say GMT +1. But anyway, that's.
Welcome to the time zone podcast.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about
time zones. You can tell
zones.
we don't have much to discuss anymore, so we're getting into time zones.
Yes.
But yeah, we're getting
know
more
what I hate?
comfortable.
Cold beans.
Thank you for listening to episode 5
Do you like
of
cold beans,
Castles,
Evan?
Cantrips and Conniptions podcast. My name is Evan still.
My name is still Edward. Also, do you like beans?
And we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
In the next beans. Bye.